community organized for quick browsing. Use it to spot patterns, pull links, and build your own research list. Qnotables.com. Browse the notables, verify the facts, stay informed. All reports can be found on Q Research or Qnotables.com. Notables do not equal endorsements. We are researchers who deal in open source information, reasoned argument, and dank memes. We do battle in the sphere of ideas and ideas only. We neither need nor condone the use of force in our work here. From the Q Research Boards, March the 16th, 2026, federal health officials are reviewing a recommendation that would halt the fluoridation of public drinking water as part of the administration's Make America Healthy Again initiative. Government guidance indicates the review will reassess decades of federal policy that encouraged municipalities to add fluoride to water supplies to reduce tooth decay. Health agencies say the evaluation will examine updated research on fluoride exposure and long-term health outcomes. Any nationwide policy shift could significantly affect water treatment practices across thousands of cities and towns throughout the United States. Donald Trump says the United States is engaged in discussions with Cuba, but signaled that Iran remains the immediate priority for the administration. Speaking about foreign policy developments, Trump said negotiations with Havana could lead to an agreement soon, but emphasized that resolving the Iran situation comes first. Diplomatic channels remain active as Washington balances multiple international negotiations. Officials say back-channel communications with several countries are underway as policymakers evaluate options for addressing geopolitical tensions while maintaining stability across multiple regions. Donald Trump is also accusing Iran of conducting an extensive media influence campaign during the ongoing conflict. In a statement, Trump said Iran has historically relied on strategic messaging and misinformation to shape international perception while attempting to exaggerate its military strength. Intelligence analysts say information warfare now plays a major role in modern geopolitical conflict, with governments and proxy networks using digital platforms and global media coverage to influence diplomatic outcomes and public opinion around the world. Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni says Italy will withdraw its military forces from the U.S.-led Middle East mission and will not participate in the current conflict. Government officials say the decision reflects domestic political considerations and Italy's strategic assessment of the evolving regional situation. The announcement signals a shift within the Western coalition, responding to tensions with Iran and its regional allies. European leaders continue debating how far their governments should be involved in military operations, while diplomatic efforts attempt to prevent further escalation. Political donation records show that donors associated with the artificial intelligence company Anthropic contributed nearly all of approximately $200 million in political donations to Democratic candidates and committees. The financial disclosures have drawn attention as the company's leadership engages in national policy debates surrounding artificial intelligence regulation. Corporate executives within the rapidly growing AI sector are increasingly influential in Washington, where lawmakers are drafting legislation aimed at governing emerging technologies and the economic impact of advanced artificial intelligence systems. Reports from the Middle East say Israeli military units and equipment were destroyed during a Hezbollah-guided missile strike near the Israeli-Lebanese border. Regional media outlets say the missile targeted Israeli forces operating close to contested territory along the frontier. Israeli officials say hostilities with Hezbollah remain active as both sides exchange fire across the border. The situation reflects ongoing tensions between Israel and Iranian-aligned groups operating in Lebanon as military confrontations continue along the volatile northern front. Diplomatic channels between Israel and Lebanon are opening as both sides prepare for potential ceasefire discussions in the coming days. Officials involved in the negotiations say international mediators are working to arrange talks aimed at stabilizing the border after weeks of military exchanges. The discussions will focus on preventing further escalation and restoring security arrangements along the frontier. Regional diplomats say progress in the talks could play an important role in containing broader conflict throughout the Middle East. Australia has confirmed it will not deploy a naval vessel to the Strait of Hormuz despite rising tensions in the region. Defense officials say the government is monitoring developments closely, but has decided against joining additional naval patrol operations at this time. The strategic waterway remains one of the world's most critical shipping routes, carrying a significant share of global oil exports. International navies continue assessing maritime security risks as geopolitical tensions surrounding Iran affect global energy markets. The commander of U.S. Central Command says American forces involved in Operation Epic Fury performed with precision and professionalism. Admiral Brad Cooper praised the service members responsible for the operation, stating that their actions demonstrated the capability and readiness of U.S. military forces operating in complex environments. Defense officials say the mission targeted Iranian military infrastructure connected to regional attacks on shipping and allied installations. Military leaders say the operation aimed to degrade hostile capabilities while maintaining stability across critical energy transit corridors. Former Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro remains hospitalized as doctors continue treating him for pneumonia. Medical staff say Bolsonaro's kidney function has improved, but confirm he will remain in intensive care while physicians monitor his respiratory condition. The former president has faced recurring health complications in recent years, linked to injuries sustained during the 2018 stabbing attack that nearly took his life. Political supporters and international observers continue following updates on his condition as Brazil's political landscape evolves ahead of future elections. Technology researchers say the popular mobile game Pokémon Go has helped generate tens of billions of images used to train artificial intelligence mapping systems. The game encourages players to explore real-world locations while collecting digital objects, producing vast amounts of visual data that can be used to improve digital mapping technology. Reports note that Jeffrey Epstein's private island was once marked within the game as a Pokestop location. The findings highlight how consumer technology platforms can produce massive datasets used in artificial intelligence development.
At shop.isawaya.com, everything you buy supports Qn.top, the place where people talk freely no matter what. Check out our Qn Honey Pot, a jar of yummy honey that's as strong as your voice. Put it on toaster and tea. It's not just honey, it's freedom in every bite. Then there's Qn Butter, a smooth handmade skin cream that makes you feel good while you fight for what's right. Awesome wooden pieces for display only. Hang them up or set them out. They're for showing off Qn's tough spirit. Want to help even more? Get a proto membership. So go to shop.isawaya.com now and grab some goodies. Help Qn.top keep free speech alive, and let's keep the ideas flowing loud and free.
All reports can be found on Q Research or Qnotables.com. Notables do not equal endorsements. We are researchers who deal in open source information, reasoned argument, and dank memes. We do battle in the sphere of ideas and ideas only. We neither need nor condone the use of force in our work here. From the Q Research Board's March 16, 2026, Peru's upcoming 2026 presidential election has been shaken by the death of candidate Napoleon Becerra. Authorities say Becerra died following an accident that is currently under investigation by local officials. His sudden death removes a prominent figure from the race and could significantly alter the political landscape ahead of the national vote. Political parties across Peru are now reassessing their strategies as campaigns prepare for what is expected to be a highly competitive election cycle. Trade negotiators from the United States and China have opened new talks in Paris aimed at stabilizing economic relations between the two countries. Officials say the discussions focus on tariffs, supply chains, and technology restrictions that have shaped tensions between the world's two largest economies. Diplomatic sources say progress in the negotiations could pave the way for a meeting between President Donald Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping later this year. Both governments are seeking ways to reduce economic friction while maintaining strategic competition. Energy markets are reacting to the U.S. strike on Iran's Kharg Island, a major hub for Iranian oil exports. Analysts say the operation targeted military infrastructure connected to Iranian operations while leaving oil facilities intact. Market observers say the strike may reduce what traders previously described as an oil terror premium, a price risk driven by instability in the Persian Gulf. Governments and energy companies continue watching developments in the region closely as tensions influence global supply expectations. Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna says House Republicans plan to block Senate legislation until election integrity measures are addressed. In a public statement, Luna said the House intends to stop Senate bills from advancing unless the upper chamber moves forward on voting security reforms. The comments highlight growing tension on Capitol Hill as lawmakers debate federal election standards ahead of future national elections. Political analysts say the strategy could slow legislative activity if negotiations between the chambers do not progress. U.S. Central Command has highlighted the capabilities of the B-1B Lancer strategic bomber as military operations continue in the Middle East. The aircraft is capable of carrying up to 75,000 pounds of ordnance and conducting long-range precision strike missions. Military officials say the bomber's speed, range, and payload capacity make it one of the most powerful conventional aircraft in the U.S. arsenal. The B-1B has played a significant role in recent operations, targeting hostile military infrastructure throughout the region.
Every voice matters. The power of free speech is more important than ever. Imagine a place where you can share your thoughts freely, explore new ideas, and engage in meaningful conversations anonymously. With online anonymity, you can express yourself without fear of judgment. It's about freedom, creativity, and connection. Join the conversation that matters. Embrace your voice. Celebrate your freedom. Visit 8kun.top today. That's 8kun.top.
That's all for now. Stay alert, stay informed, and never hand your thinking over to anyone on a screen, including me. God bless you, God bless our troops, and God bless the United States of America. See you soon.
Our movement is about replacing a failed and corrupt political establishment with a new government controlled by you, the American people. The Washington establishment and the financial and media corporations that fund it exist for only one reason: to protect and enrich its dollars at stake in this election. For those who control the levers of power in Washington and for the global special interest, they partner with these people that don't have your good in mind. Our campaign represents a true existential threat like they haven't seen before. This is not simply another four-year election. This is a crossroads in the history of our civilization that will determine whether or not we, the people, reclaim control over our government. The political establishment that is trying to stop us is the same group responsible for our disastrous trade deals, massive illegal immigration, and economic and foreign policies that have bled our country dry. The political establishment has brought about the destruction of our factories and our jobs as they flee to Mexico, China, and other countries all around the world. It's a global power structure that is responsible for the economic decisions that have robbed our working class, stripped our country of its wealth, and put that money into the pockets of a handful of large corporations and political entities. This is a struggle for the survival of our nation, and this will be our last chance to save it. This election will determine whether we're a free nation or whether we have only the illusion of democracy, but are in fact controlled by a small handful of global special interests rigging the system, and our system is rigged. This is reality. You know it, they know it, I know it, and pretty much the whole world knows it. The Clinton machine is at the center of this power structure. We've seen this firsthand in the WikiLeaks documents, in which Hillary Clinton meets in secret with international banks to plot the destruction of U.S. sovereignty in order to enrich these global financial powers, her special interest friends, and her donors. Honestly, she should be locked up. The most powerful weapon deployed by the Clintons is the corporate media, the press. Let's be clear on one thing. The corporate media in our country is no longer involved in journalism. They're a political special interest, no different than any lobbyist or other financial entity with a total political agenda, and the agenda is not for you, it's for themselves. Anyone who challenges their control is deemed a sexist, a racist, a xenophobe. They will lie, and then again, they will do worse than that. They will do whatever is necessary. The Clintons are criminals, remember that. This is well documented. And the establishment that protects them has engaged in a massive cover-up of widespread criminal activity at the State Department and the Clinton Foundation in order to keep the Clintons in power. They knew they would throw every lie they could at me and my family and my loved ones. They knew they would stop at nothing to try to stop me. Nevertheless, I take all of these slings and arrows gladly for you. I take them for our movement so that we can have our country back. I knew this day would arrive. It's only a question of when. And I knew the American people would rise above it and vote for the future they deserve. The only thing that can stop this corrupt machine is you. The only force strong enough to save our country is us. The only people brave enough to vote out this corrupt establishment is you, the American people. Our great civilization has come upon a moment of reckoning. I didn't need to do this, folks, believe me. I built a great company, and I had a wonderful life. I could have enjoyed the fruits and benefit of years of successful business deals and businesses for myself and my family, instead of going through this absolute horror show of lies, deceptions, malicious attacks. Who would have thought? I'm doing it because this country has given me so much, and I feel so strongly that it's my turn to give back to the country that I love. I'm doing this for the people and for the movement, and we will take back this country for you, and we will make America great again.